Your current reality is not the full field of possibility. And I know that may sound simple, but if you really let that land, it changes everything, because so often we look at what is happening right now in our physical reality and we treat it like it is the whole truth. Your bank account, your body, your relationship, your quiet inbox, your delayed result, the thing that has not shifted yet, the evidence that looks familiar. And the mind says, see, this is how it always goes. This is what is true. This is what is possible. This is who I am. But what if current reality is not the full field? Welcome to Infinite You Beautiful Souls. I am Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, and human potential catalyst. And here on Infinite You, we talk about mindset, identity, energy, science, soul, conscious creation, and the multidimensional nature of reality. So welcome, welcome. And today I want to talk about why your current reality is feedback and not the final authority. And I think that this is a really important distinction, because your current reality may feel really real. And I am not asking you to deny it. I'm not asking you to bypass it. I am not asking you to pretend something is not happening. But what is visible right now is not the entire field of what is available to you. It simply has taken form so far. It may reflect what you have repeated, what you have believed, what your body has learned to expect, what your mind has learned to expect, what your nervous system is prepared for, what your emotions are telling you about your reality, what identity you have been organizing yourself around, what story feels familiar, what pattern has been running. But remember that feedback, whatever you are observing, is not your identity. Whatever you have been conditioned to believe is not your identity. All of this is just feedback. It is information for you to see a contrast, make a pivot, and remember, you can read your information differently. You can pivot at any time. And this is where conscious creation becomes really powerful, because we all know we're creating our reality all the time anyway. And my belief, my thought, my whole kind of soapbox is, how can you consciously create more of what you want to be, do, have, and experience? Because if you believe your current reality is the full field, then you will keep shrinking your identity to match what you can currently see. You will begin to and continue to shrink your identity to match what you believe is possible based on what you have experienced so far. So you will look at your bank account and decide who you are. You will look at your body and decide what is possible. You will look at the relationship or the silence or the result or the delay and decide what you are allowed to expect. And then current reality becomes that authority. But it was never meant to be the authority. It was meant to be feedback. And once you can see it as feedback, you can create space to notice the loop, to notice the pattern, to notice and ask, is this really who I am? What and who am I really creating from? What is this pattern reflecting? What identity have I been creating from? What has my body learned to expect here? What story have I been rehearsing? What old evidence am I still treating like prophecy? What old evidence am I still treating like prophecy? Because that is often what happens. We take old evidence, we even take current evidence, and we turn it into our identity. Something happened once or many times, or in childhood, or in a relationship, or in our family system, or in our money story, right? Inherited stories in our bodies, in our work, in our business. And then the mind begins to say, this is who I am. This is how life works for me. This is what I can have. This is what I should expect. but a repeated pattern is not the same as truth. It is a loop. And a loop may feel familiar, but familiar is not the same as final. And this is where your quantum self comes in. Your quantum self is the version of you who creates from the deeper truth that your soul already knows. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is always connected. And you, energetically, at every level of who you are, body, mind, and soul, you are a part of the quantum field. Your soul already knows. It is not coming from that place of old evidence. It is not coming from visible reality alone. It is not coming from your inherited stories and paradigms, from the familiar expectation, right? It is not. It is coming from your soul. Your quantum self is coming from truth, from possibility, from inner authority, from the quantum field, because everything is not limited to what has already happened. The quantum field is the field of infinite possibility, intelligence, energy, and creation. And it is not far away. You are already in it. We are all in it. The quantum field is all that is. You are in it, you are of it, you are creating with it. And when you remember that, you stop asking current reality to be the final word. You can look at it and look at what is happening and say, I see this, I honor this, I can learn from this, I can see the contrast. It is not the full field. It is not all that is available. It is not the final authority. Your current reality is not the final authority on who you are and what you can create. It is not the final authority on who you are and what you can create. And that is a really powerful shift. And so today I want you to think about one area of your life where your current reality has been feeling very loud. It may be money, well-being, health, love, work, purpose, visibility, creativity, spirituality, self-development, your lifestyle, and ask, have I been treating this current reality like feedback or identity? Have I been reading it as information, or have I been letting it define what is possible for me? And that question can begin the pivot. And if you want support walking through the pivot, I created a really cool playbook called the Quantum Identity Playbook to help you see the loop, see the pattern, make the pivot, and decide that you are going to create from who you really are. And if you want support returning to that decision when life gets loud, we humans tend to kind of make a decision and then fall back a little bit, come back, we know how it goes. I created the Quantum Pivot Toolkit, and that is available as a companion to the Quantum Identity Playbook. And together they give you nearly an experience of like a little bit under 100 pages. I know it sounds like a lot, but it is so simple. They are exercises. It is completely interactive, and it's not about overwhelm, but it's really about helping you see the pattern, shift your identity, and return to your quantum self in real life. The link is below, and I'll put the link too for my newsletter as well. That is free. And I want to say this too. The beautiful thing about the playbook is that you can use it again and again in whatever area of your life you feel, energetic resistance toward, or something in your life that you see that you want to shift into a different possibility, right? So you can use the playbook again and again. Remember, and I'll put the links below, your current reality is not the full field. The old loop is not the final authority, and your quantum self already knows what is possible. I will see you all next time. And before I go, if this video resonated with you, go ahead, hit subscribe, hit like, and definitely comment. I want to know where you are on your journey of conscious creation. I will see you all next time, beautiful souls. Namaste.